I'm going to be ranking the best cards in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 35 of the best cards in the game. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite cards in my team right now, and let me know what you guys would change about my tier list as well. But looking at the first card here is going to be Pink Diamond Lonzo Ball. I would say he's probably going to be in that B tier category, a very elite point guard. He's 6'6" with a 6'7" wingspan, and this card is going to give you some exceptional defense, 93 perimeter, 93 lateral quickness with a 92 steal, and then Hall of Fame badge wise, he's got Hall of Fame glove, challenger, and menace as well. The two flaws about the card probably going to be him only having bronze clamp breaker and bronze quick first step as well. So offensively, really not going to be the greatest point guard, but defensively, that's where Lonzo's definitely going to excel. So I would say probably going to be a decent point guard, obviously one of the best in the game at the point guard spot, but overall going to be a very decent card at that B tier spot. Now guys, I can't get every single card in the game. I can't have, you know, the top 60, 70 cards. Like I said, there's going to be about 35 of the best cards in the game, but let me know in the comment section down below if you guys don't see any cards here on the tier list that you want to know where I would rank them. Just let me know their names in the comment section down below, and I'll tell you guys where I would rank them on my tier list. But talking about Galaxy Simple Anthony Davis, I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be in the S tier category. If you guys don't know, S tier is going to be my top 5 cards in the game, and I'm not exactly sure if I want to put AD in the top 5. I definitely think he's going to be really close, one of the most complete cards in the game, obviously going to be at least in the A tier spot. Talking about Dark Matter Larry Bird, once again, just like Anthony Davis, going to be a very elite card. Just not sure if Larry Bird's going to be a top 5 card in the game, which is kind of crazy to say because Larry Bird is the final trophy case reward. He is basically like the card you get for completing the game mode, and he's not even going to be a top 5 card in my opinion. He's 6'9" though with a 7-foot wingspan. He is a really elite card. Obviously, he's still going to be in the A tier category. He basically has every shooting badge in the game on Hall of Fame, and he's also going to be a great defender as well. I mean, stats and badges wise, this card is going to be one of the best in the game. But when it comes to the animation screen, this is definitely where the card becomes a little bit of a liability and becomes a lot worse of a card. First off, if we look at the dribble sigs, his dribble sigs are really bad. He doesn't have the MJ dribble style. He doesn't have the Kobe escape. He doesn't have a good size up. So I would say dribble moves definitely not going to be the best for Larry Bird. And then his jump shot is only on normal timing. And if you guys have used this Larry Bird card or played against him, or maybe just used a different Larry Bird and play now, something like that, you guys will know this Larry Bird jump shot is super slow, and he doesn't even have the normal leaner as well. So if you just look at the stats and the badges, Larry Bird does look to be probably a top 5 card in the game. He's got 25 Hall of Fame badges and basically perfect stats. But when we talk about animations, he's really not going to be the best. So I think A tier is probably going to be a pretty fair category for my man Larry Bird. Talking about Pink Diamond Booker might be kind of crazy to say, but I think he might get put in the D tier category because this is literally just going to be the best cards in the game. But I thought I'd throw every single level 40 on this list just to kind of include those cards as well. But Devin Booker for now probably going to be in the C tier category, a good offensive shooting guard, but definitely not going to fit the meta of the game this year. Talking about Pink Diamond LeBron, I think he's going to be high B tier. There's just better small forwards in the game that I'll talk about later in the video, but I still think LeBron going to be super elite. Really does need a Galaxy Opal, because once he gets an Opal, I think he could be the second best small forward. Talking about Tim Duncan, the Dark Matter, I think for now probably going to be in the A tier category. Not exactly sure if he's going to be in the top 5. He's not a definite top 5 card. He might be somewhere in the top 5 later in the video. I'll have to come up with my S tier. But talking about Pink Diamond Dwight, I kind of want to put him A tier as well. I mean, Dwight's a really well-rounded card. He's going to be super elite at power forward and can play the center position at a very high level as well. If I could actually spell his name, I do think, like I said, going to be a very good power forward, 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, and he has such a good player model in game, one of the best in my team right now. And defensively, he's going to be a beast, 95 block, 95 interior defense, and he's also going to be dunking on everybody with a 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. So I'd say Dwight Howard also going to be glitched, 91 3 ball. So I would say he's going to be in the A tier category, one of the best cards in my team. And then definitely a top 5 card, guys, is going to be the Dark Matter trophy case Julius Erving. I think Dr. J probably the best trophy case card available, even over guys like Larry Bird and Tim Duncan. For me, I think he's the best shooting guard, and overall, like I said, going to be a top 5 card in the game. Talking about Diamond Rudy Gay, a very solid budget option, and I think he's actually going to be in the B tier category. I don't think he's better than a guy like LeBron at small forward, but overall, I mean, he's still going to be in the B tier category, a very solid option. Talking about Pink Diamond Giannis, going to be another guaranteed S tier card. Definitely the best power forward in the game, in my opinion, and one of the best cards, probably in that top 3 range. He's 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, can play the power forward forward and small forward position as well. And we all know Giannis in my team just gets some crazy animations, so he's going to be one of the best all-around defenders in the game. He's super fast, 90 speed with ball, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, and he's also got Hall of Fame clamp breaker and quick first step as well. On a 6'11" Giannis card who can play the small forward position, that is insane to me. And he's also got a pretty decent jump shot this year, and he does have the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner as well. So Giannis for me, 1000% going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Hakeem, he's going to be a little bit lower than some centers we'll talk about later in the video. I mean, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, I just think are all around better cards. Obviously, I think Hakeem is better at the center spot than a guy like Anthony Davis, but I feel like as an overall card, Hakeem Olajuwon going to be in the B tier category. Obviously going to be glitched, so got that 91 3 ball, and he's going to be a very good three-point shooter. There's just going to be a couple better centers in my team right now, so for me, going to be in the B tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Grant Hill, I think he's another very solid card. I'm not exactly sure if I can put him in that A tier spot. He just came out, so I haven't used him too much or haven't seen too much footage on him, but he's a 6'8" shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan, and stats wise he's very well rounded. For me, it really comes down to his jump shot, his dribble style, and his leaner as well. So just like a guy like Larry Bird, gonna have literally no good sigs, and he doesn't have the normal leaner as well. And jump shot, I think his jump shot's decent. I would have liked to see it maybe on quick timing, but it really comes down to him not having good dribble sigs, I should say, and doesn't have the normal leaner as well. So for me, Grant Hill going to be a very solid card, going to be in the B tier category. Now, Galaxy Simple Shaq is a very interesting card. I think for me, he's going to be at least in the A tier category, but if you know how to use an inside big and you guys are good with non-shooting centers, I think this Shaq card could be a top 5 card in the game. But for me, he's just going to miss out on that top 10 being in the A tier category. Obviously one of the most dominant cards in the game and one of the most unstoppable cards. Talking about Pink Diamond Scottie Pippen, I think he's going to be in the B tier category. A very solid all-around small forward, great defender, and has a great jump shot as well. So Pippen, yes, he was a level 40 for season 1, so he's a bit outdated, but still going to be at least in that B tier spot. Another B tier card here is going to be Pink Diamond James Worthy, going to be very similar to guys like Rudy Gay and Scottie Pippen at the small forward spot. For how good of cards they are, I would say they're all going to be in that middle B tier. Talking about Galaxy Jimmy Butler, I think he's also going to be in the B tier category. There's probably going to be a lot of cards in B, because I don't think anybody in B tier except for maybe a guy like Rudy Gay deserves to be in the C tier category, but I don't think any of them are as good as guys like Shaq, Larry Bird, AD, Dwight. So I think B tier is going to be probably the spot for a lot of just very well-rounded cards like a guy like Jimmy Butler. Having that 95 perimeter, 96 lateral quickness, 96 steal, he's just going to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the game, having Hall of Fame clamps, chase on artist, challenger, glove, interceptor, menace. He's just one of the best defenders in the game, and all around going to be one of the best shooting guards. I would say for Jimmy, going to be in that B tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Kareem, now I do think he's going to be in the A tier category. Like I said, for centers though, it really comes down to Kareem and Shaq. I mean, we can talk about a guy like Porzingis. I would say he's kind of on the same level as guys like Hakeem, right? Hakeem and Kristaps is going to be about the same level center wise, and then Kareem and Shaq I think are going to be a little bit better than those guys, both going to be in the A tier category. Now Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant, I think for now is going to be in the A tier category. I'm not exactly sure if he gets moved up to S tier. He's obviously the second best shooting guard in my opinion. I think you could maybe argue him number 3 or maybe argue him number 1, but I think Dr. J is just going to be a little bit better at the shooting guard spot. But obviously Kobe can do everything on the court at a very high level. Talking about Pink Diamond LaMelo Ball, I think for point guards, him and Lonzo going to be very close. I know they're kind of brothers, but they are very, very close in skill level. LaMelo's more of an offensive guy, where Lonzo's more focused on the defensive end, but both going to be very, very elite point guards. Talking about Pink Diamond Magic, now I am going to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm putting Magic in C tier, and I know the comments already are going crazy. I'm also going to move Rudy Gay down into that C tier spot. You guys can go crazy. I just do not like this Magic Johnson card. Now, I understand why people love him and why people think he's one of the best point guards in the game, and I understand that. I think it just really comes down to preference and how you guys are able to use these different cards. For me, I'm way better with a guy like Lonzo Ball, LaMelo, some other point guards we'll talk about later in the video, but for me, I just really don't like Magic Johnson's movement, and I don't like his jump shot as well. Yes, he's a great defender. Yes, he's 6'9", but for me, I would rather LaMelo, I'd rather Lonzo, and some other point guards we'll talk about later in the video. Talking about Pink Diamond Tim Thomas, easily going to be in the S tier category. We all know Tim Thomas still going to be the best card in the game, so obviously going to be in my S tier spot. Now, a really good small forward that is actually a lot closer than to Tim Thomas than I thought he would be is this Carmelo Anthony card. He's one of the best small forwards in the game. He's got one of the fastest and one of the best releases in my team, so he's going to be a very good offensive small forward. I don't think he's on the same level as guys like Tim Thomas, but He's probably that one tier below. I think Tim Thomas obviously the best card in the game, and then the rest of the small forwards are just going to be 1 or 2 tiers below him. Talking about Pink Diamond Gary Payton, I think he's going to be in the B tier spot. For example, I like a guy like Gary Payton more than Magic Johnson. Same thing with LaMelo, and same thing with Lonzo as well. I think these 3 point guards very similar. You know, Lonzo and Gary both going to be great defensively, and I think skill wise they're all going to be in that B tier spot. Talking about Pink Diamond Russell Westbrook, another point guard that I think is also going to be in the B tier category. I can't exactly put any one of these cards better than each other. I think they're all around the same level, so I'm gonna have them all in the B tier category. Very elite point guards. And then talking about Pink Diamond Penny Hardaway, I do still think he's the best point guard in the game, and he's just going to be that 1 tier above guys like LaMelo, Russ, GP, and Lonzo Ball. All very close and very good point guards, but I'm gonna give the nod to Penny by a little bit, putting him in the A tier category. Talking about Galaxy Opal Paul George, I think he's going to be right up there in the top of B tier with guys like LeBron and Grant Hill as well. I think they're all amazing small forwards. Grant Hill being a really good shooting guard. For me though, I just can't put PG in the A tier category because of his jump shot. If you guys have used the card, you'll know his jump shot is just a little bit too slow, but other than that, obviously going to be one of the best cards in the game. Talking about Pink Diamond Rex Chapman, unfortunately he's going to have to be in that C tier category, and I'm also going to move Devin Booker down to D tier. Rex Chapman is actually a really underrated card and very good at the point guard spot, but just not on the same level as all these cards in B tier. This is obviously going to be the best cards tier list, so he's competing with some of the best cards at each position. So for me, Rex Chapman going to be in the C tier category. Ricky Davis going to be thrown in the A tier spot. Ricky Davis is an absolute beast at the shooting guard spot, and I think you could consider him the second best shooting guard in the game. For me, I have him at number 3, right behind Kobe Bryant and Dr. J. But this card, I mean, he's got some of the best dribble sigs in the game. He's got one of the best jump shots. He's got the normal leaner. I mean, offensively, he's probably the best offensive shooting guard in the game, but defensively, I like guys like Kobe more, and I like Dr. J as well. But overall, Ricky Davis going to be in my A tier category. Talking about Galaxy Opal Trae Young, probably the worst card on this tier list, which is crazy to say because he's a Galaxy Opal, one of the few Galaxy Opals on this list. But for me, going to be in the D tier category. I would much rather use a point guard like Rex Chapman. Talking about Diamond Thurl Bailey, I think he's a very solid budget card. I'm gonna throw him in the B tier category, probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Like, I think I like him more than a guy like James Worthy, which is kind of crazy to say. And then talking about Pink Diamond T-Mac, I'm going to throw him in the B tier category. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of B tier cards in this tier list because they're all just very good. I just don't know if I can put any of these guys in C tier. And then to round off the tier list is going to be Pink Diamond John Wall. So first off, what I'm going to do is make some pretty tough decisions, and I'm going to move James Worthy down into the C tier category. I think at small forward, I like guys like LeBron more, Paul George, you know, even a guy like Grant Hill, Scottie Pippen. I just like those cards more than Worthy. I still think Worthy's an amazing card. I just have to move some of these cards down into the C tier category. Same thing with John Wall. I think he's an amazing point guard. Just for me, I would rather guys like LaMelo, Russ, Gary Payton, Lonzo Ball, and I feel like they all can't be on the same tier list. And then I think that's probably it. I'll keep everybody else in the B tier category. I think they all deserve that. And then guys, I have to move 2 cards out from A tier into the S tier category. So let me know in the comment section down below, out of every card in A tier, which 2 cards would you guys move up into the last 2 spots at S tier? I think that's definitely my top 3, Tim Thomas, Dr. J, and Giannis. Those are my top 3 cards in the game. I think for me, it really comes down to one of the positions between the 2 centers, whether it's Shaq or Kareem. I think for me, I'm going to have to choose between one of those 2 guys. And honestly, I think for my playstyle, I'm going to go with Kareem. I like to be able to shoot with my center. I like everybody on the court to be able to shoot. I think if you know how to use Shaq, I think Shaq could be in the S tier category over a guy like Kareem. But like I said, for my playstyle, I'm going to go with Kareem and put him in the S tier spot. And then honestly, I think for the last position, you could really consider anybody in A tier to be in the S tier spot. I think Kobe, Carmelo, probably my front runners, maybe even a guy like Anthony Davis, Dwight, Penny Hardaway. He's the best point guard in the game, but for me, might be a little bit surprising. I'm going to go Pink Diamond Carmelo. I think this Carmelo is the second best small forward in the game, and he is actually going to be very elite, one of the best jumpers in the game, and one of the best offensive cards as well. But let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about my tier list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.